Okay, so Palmer, the hit. Of course I went there. Of course the reason was to deliver, but of course, you know, that doesn't happen like that. You don't go to Palmer, go in and walk out. So this little thing, I already had it on my original visit video. They, like I said, in their Phalaenopsis aisle, where there's lots of no ID Phalaenopsis, I always find something interesting. Like I found that lemon last time. So I kind of noticed this one is very unusual. It has, it's very pale yellow with some pinky veins, and that lip is really, really special. It's one of those newer version Phalaenopsis that lip is, and this flower's, I think, suffocating itself in there. Wait. Talk. Okay. Yeah, so I got it. $15. Why not? Look how cute. I'm gonna put you in the candle holder for now. Look at him. Gorgeous. So, and what else? I decided, you know, Cattleyas, yeah. There are people that really madly love Cattleyas. Me, I found my peace with Cattleyas probably not that long ago. So I decided to replenish. If I'll get them out, that will be great. To replenish my terrarium, I spoke to the girls and they suggested a couple of things for me for the miniature market, if you're in it. This little thing will go into my terrarium. I'm probably going to put it on the bottom. This is the name of it. And this is species, as you can see. And if we go really in there, we're going to find a flower. It's tiny. Come on, camera, work with me. Look how cute it is. So this one's going to go into my terrarium. It's not tiny, but I believe it's a decent size plant. I believe there's just like an extras in there that we need to get out those weeds. Okay, so that was one. And then I get the little bulby that honestly I will put, and his name is Christopher. Girls, I have a plant named Christopher. Love it. So this thing is pretty big. I do think I can split it and put smaller one into my terrarium because look, there's lots of action in there. And I can put the rest of it in the basket. Like, look, this right here is asking to be separated. So, 1, 2, 3, and of course I had to get that yellow, gorgeous, spectable. The reason why, first of all, that's exactly the plant that Ashley brought out, and she said nothing special. I totally disagree. Look how healthy this plant is. Look at these leaves. And spectables, here's the deal. When I started growing orchids, and of course I knew it all, first time when you start, you go to the show, you're fearless. You go and you just buy anything that looks at you. You think, I can grow that. Easy peasy. And then, oh surprise, they die. They do that, right? So spectable was my hiccup. Like 3 of them, I think. I bought them in bloom for some insane money, and they die. And then they die, and then just decided I cannot grow them without thinking that maybe I should have do a little research and maybe play with the light, the food and stuff like that. So for me, it was a gap of probably 5 years or so. And I think I gained a little bit of a knowledge and became a little bit smarter in these 5 years. So we're going to give him a chance, give me, if he will give me a chance, I should say, and see. Yeah, I see right here. I damaged the leaf. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, I forgive my hands because me and Martha yesterday we colored eggs and I was not wearing the gloves, so I'm all purple, green, and stuff like that. Really, really pretty. Yeah. So hopefully the spectacle will be a good plant for me. I'm gonna try to be a good owner for it. And this is what I came back with from Palmer, but today I did more shopping. Norman Fang from Norman Orchids, that is, oh my god, if you want to go and dive into the orchid shopping, you go on orchids.com, and good luck to you people. The place is a Klondike. It's whatever you want, it's there. The only thing is money. Yeah, so we'll be expecting that box to come. I ordered a couple of cool things in there. So, but for now, palmerorchid.com, you local Florida growers. Wonderful place, wonderful people. You can go and shop till you drop. This one is my lamb passion. I was just, it's sitting here at the table. I moved my, like, novelty phalaenopsis to my lanai. I made them a little bit of a nest right here. Because I felt like the leaves, it was a little bit too much for the leaves and they did not look good. Like, I don't want to even show this to you, but I will. What happens when you forget about that orchid somewhere when you have 700. So this baby was forgotten by me under another big cattleya. It's the same one that my mom has, and it's blooming. It's variegated, number one, and then it's pyrrhoric, and it has a name, and it's cute. Angel Wilson, from Wilson again. So I brought it in here for a little bit ICU treatment. And you know, when I brought it here, this is the thing about orchids that I personally love. They're very forgiving. If you pay attention to them, they will bounce back really quick. This thing looked dead when I brought it here. It has these leaves, the bud looked like that, okay? I just brought it here, gave it a little bit of a better condition, and look, they all opened. I thought maybe one will open, and they all opened, and they bouncing back. I'm keeping them a little bit more dry in here than outside. And this is what happens. You just need to read them and listen to them. Sometimes the leaves are a great, you know, point to keep an eye on. If the leaves are not looking right, the orchid is not enjoying where it was, the position, the, you know, everything around it. Just switch it to a little bit different, you know, watering, light and stuff like that, and you will get good results. So that was Palmer. Thank you very much, Ashley, and everybody else, Alfie. But since we're here, why don't we check if anything else is open there in the garden? One thing that I want to point, this is that Lycoste. This thing, look at her. It's blooming non-stop for the last, I don't know how many months, but at least 2 months. And I, you know, when I bought it, it was in bloom already. There was a couple of flowers open. And I thought, you know, it will bloom for a little bit. This is one thing that I really start liking about Lycoste. They are really, really blooming for a while. If you remember my big guy who just got the haircut this morning, I cut all the dead blooms off of it. And this Lycoste, look at it. It's completely like total gorgeousness. Very, very unusual, waxy looking flowers. I did not repot it yet, so it just sits in the original plastic pot. Oh, it has a smell. I don't know if I really like it. It's kind of citronella smell, but it's gorgeous. It's called Lycoste, I hear you asking. Lycoste daviana, and it's a species from Aqua Genera, by the way, an amazing source of online shopping as well. We're all now on lockdown, so online shopping is really, really good idea right now if you have too much spare time and some extra money. So this thing, by the way, like I just said, you need to read your orchids. Remember I mentioned maybe a few videos ago that I didn't like how it looked. I added a little bit of a protection in the form of a Spanish moss, and I didn't water them yet, so they kind of look dry, but leaves do look much better and the orchid looks much better, much happier. So I think, oh, there's this guy. These guys are suffering, you know, and I don't know if that's the pot or what is it. That was one of my very, very first pots, and I thought it's a great idea. Then I put this, it's also a very special orchid. It's pyloric, as you can see. I love pyloric. And I even had the name in there somewhere, I think, but it's gone. And they did not look good, but if you look inside, the root job is incredible, and the roots look really good. They're really healthy. So maybe it was some kind of period, because it was in a different spot. I moved it, so maybe again we finally hit the spot. Oh my god, I have a bunch of tailless geckos running around. Yeah, and so now there is a flower that is an extremely cute little alien type flower, and I do have 1, 2, 3 new growth in there. So hopefully we'll get a letter. I think right here we're looking at possible flower as well. So this is some good news. I just noticed, by the way, because I saw the bloom a couple of days ago, but it was still closed, and as you can see it is still very kind of closed, but it's a cute little thing. And so let's talk about my Stenocoryne. There was so many advice from you guys. Stenocoryne candida, and I really, really appreciate that you pay attention to me. This is my first Stenocoryne, and I was, you know, thinking I'm doing it like a good thing, putting it in the spot, but many of you told me that it needs very, very big holes on the bottom, so because this particular orchid is growing the blooms from underneath. So many of you suggested just a wire kind of basket, but I am not good with wire and stuff like that, so I am thinking I'm gonna make it something like this. Okay, I do have lots of clay, as you noticed, so I think if I'll put it into something like that, it should do well, and I will be your experimental pot, and if you guys love Stenocoryne and it will work, because honestly I do not like wire or plastic. It's not really organic to me. This, if it will work, I think will look cool and better than metal that rots and stuff like that. So this is the plan with my Stenocoryne. Again, thank you everybody for letting me know that I am on the wrong way with my baby Stenocoryne. And so also coming back to what I promised to talk about, some time ago I was asked on YouTube about Bulbophyllums. So Bulbophyllums, I love Bulbophyllums. They are, well, they are the orchid that you kind of need to love because they are pretty grumpy looking orchids. There will be no showstoppers like Cattleya or Phalaenopsis. What's different about them? You can water the living, you know what, out of them. They love it. If you have a tendency of watering your orchids too much, then this is the orchid for you. Okay, and the reason why they want to be watered more, as I heard from Bill Torms, who is the best Bulbophyllum, probably, I don't want to say the best, but one of the best. I don't want to make anybody feel bad. He explained that it just takes them longer to absorb the moisture. That's why they need more, and that's why they normally are kept in moss. Okay, so I keep mine on this part of a pergola where they get a very, very early morning sun, and then they are in this. It's kind of very filtered. There is light, definitely, but it's not the strong light. It's shady, strong light, let's call it. Okay, there is, by the way, Todd, there's your bulbo, and I need to maybe, yeah, because somebody ripped it out of the pot. Todd Tropicals gave it to me on this one is not doing good. I need to give him some love. Was nice enough to share this with me at Miami, and it's doing good, but somebody was curious about it and ripped it out one time. So, but what I noticed now, my Cattleya right there, look at her. So like I said, there's two things again I need to do. I'm gonna go do some clay because you guys emptied that shop pretty well, and I want to start doing maintenance on my orchids, because there's, by the way, one over here that I recently mounted. There was a baby, that Kiki, one of those Kikis that I took off. It's gorgeous. My Schomburgkia probably wants some fungicide or something. Doesn't look good, but it has a spike, so what do we know? And there are bananas. Bananas are doing pretty well. Try to water them. It's still really dry by us. I've been yesterday in Bradenton and they had a rain all day long, so we didn't get none. So let's go for the final. See if our dendrobium, almost there, not yet, but it's happening really soon. That is Dendrobium Mamataro. Okay, and let's go see. The puppies are sleeping. Sometimes I need a break from those loving, ooh, the bird, souls. So let's finish on a very, very pretty note, which will be my Clandii that changed the color a little bit. I can see it got much more brown and yellow. How cool is she? Look at her. A tigress. Totally gorgeous. So on this beautiful note, I want to say you guys have a great day. Stay safe, go shopping, and pretty soon, couple of days from now on, we're gonna get that box that I ordered from Norman Orchids from California. Their website is orchids.com. And oh my god, look what I just noticed. Historical moment of my life. God. There we go. That was a gecko. I'm sorry. Oh, gecko. I got the spike on my aggregatum. Oh my goodness. People, 10 years. I was trying to get one. And then there is one. I'm sorry for me screaming. But I picked up the pot and it just hugged my fingers. Can't do that. I love geckos, but... And you know what? I think right there is one more. Don't tell me. And right there is one more. Oh my god, they're all over. Hallelujah. Look, and there's one more. I'm gonna be a mother. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay. Now you saw all of me screaming, being crazy. So, that's not a bad day. I like it. I spent lots of money that I was not supposed to be doing. But, you know, how long do we live? So, thank you so much for listening to this crazy lady. Here's, by the way, just attached at the Palmer open house. Look at this thing. It did not attach yet, but it has a very nice growth on it. So, have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay home, and watch Just One More Orchid. Have a great day.